Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Whispers in the Mist after a week off. Happy to be back. If you met us at GaryCon, hi.
Hello again.
If you're enjoying what we're doing, we have a Beacons page with our affiliate links, so you can buy some stuff and chip in or donate to our coffee. You can also find all of our social medias there, as well as a link to join the Discord, where things are fun all the time.
Yes, not unhinged at all.
I thought you weren't in the habit of lying, Jenna.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of unhinged content that you can expect.
Yes, that's exactly what you can expect. If you're watching the VOD, make sure to like and subscribe, but you can join us live weekly for both of our ongoing series, Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, that's all I have. So, Darren,
Nice.
if you would like to take it away.
Hello again. I'm Darren. I'm your humble GM for our Whispers in the Mist campaign. We'll do a little recap in just a sec, but just to remind everyone who we're playing, you want to just give your character's name and quick description of them, maybe where their head's at the moment, that sort of stuff. We've let's see, who am I starting with this time? I think I'm starting with Tess this time.
Hi, I'm Tess. I'm playing Ruby, who is just got a man out of a prison sentence and
Probably a death sentence.
death sentence on reasonable doubt charges, and now realizes that there is a mob waiting outside for said man, and he is no longer protected by the sheriff. So
we'll deal with that soon. Yeah, it'll be fine. The motto of this episode is everything's gonna be fine. Don't
No
worry.
one's gonna die. Yeah.
And coming from me, you know you can trust me, so it's fine. We also
For
have
more
Charlie
of this
with us.
unhinged content, please join our Discord.
Please join Charlie is here as well.
I am. Hello. I'm Charlie. I'm playing Garon Collins. And he is hoping, because he didn't see the trial, so hoping that Denny managed to get off the hook for that, since there were other evil forces at play. And he's concerned, probably not as concerned as he should be, about the really creepy dude from the hotel.
Yes. That like I said, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just a creepy dude in a hotel.
It's just a creepy, dangerous dude from a hotel with a sword cane.
Yeah.
Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong.
Ruby's danger sense.
And then of course we have Jenna.
Everyone, I'm Jenna, and I'll be playing Ava. And Ava has hat brain right now and is like, oh, we're going this way. Look at the tracks. And Garen's like, yeah, there's tracks going that way. And Ava's already in the woods looking for the things where the tracks are. And Ava is not like, she's most concerned with the creepy guy's size of his wallet. She likes a big wallet.
Yeah. Seems very rich. And that's all that he's got going on. So it's fine.
He's rich.
It's just a rich guy.
Clearly, nothing
You don't
problematic
need
has ever
personality.
happened with rich people ever.
Yes.
Ava knows that that's false, but usually they have enough money to cover over
But
the probably bad
crime.
things. She would like to take some of that money.
So to just do a quick little recap to get us back into what's going on. Last episode, after defeating the evil guy in the cabin, or in Denny Snow's house, which that's that whole murder trial going on, we arrived back in town, spent a night at the hotel. The next morning, we had this whole creepy guy encounter we were just talking about, where there was just some rich man who was checking out for the week. Apparently he'd been there for a little bit. We did some investigating about the guy, got some iffy vibes about him. Some timeline stuff seemed to line up a little bit with some murders that have been going on in town, which of course Yeah.
We started some minor rumors about him and his employee having a toward affair. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal, no big deal. But yeah, the murders, of course, every roughly a month, there's been a dead body found with their heart fully cut out, and we noticed that the timeline for when this guy came into town seemed to line up a little too suspiciously. But we discovered got some bad vibes from him. Specifically, also during this, everyone did a very good job of being inconspicuous when investigating him, except for our lovable champ, Garon, who stared a little too intently, and the man did take a notice.
He was
of
just
him.
looking at the size of his wallet.
Yeah,
He's like,
sure.
wallet? Or you want me to see me?
Actually, he was taking a very eager look at the man's cane,
Which is another valid thing to
yes.
stare at.
Which, of course, this man wasn't walking with a limp or anything like that, so he wouldn't necessarily need a cane. But we guessed that maybe it was used more like as a weapon or something more nefarious. So that happened. From there, we decided to go into town, where we split off into two groups. We had Ruby heading over to the courthouse to basically watch that day's proceedings, which it turned out was the final day of deliberation in front of the jury. The lawyer brought Ruby up to give her character testimony about Denny, and she was so convincing at talking about Denny himself, and also just muddying the waters to kind of give some the benefit of the doubt in the jury's mind that there was enough here that they couldn't say that he definitely murdered or was behind the murdering of his family. So with that, the jury deliberated and came back out with a sentence of that he was innocent in this way, or at least that there would need to be more investigation before they can try this man again. So great, he's free. They're sending him out onto the streets. And the sheriff unlocked his handcuffs and said, "All right, have a good life." With the the people of the town being a little less hesitant to just leave him be. You've noticed some angry mobs around town, like outside the jail and stuff, kind of being like, let me at him. I'll kill him right now because he killed his whole family. So
Good way to go to jail.
yeah, so that's going on. Meanwhile, the other group, consisting of Garon and Ava, you guys went to go investigate a derailed train from a couple of nights prior, where you heard that they had derailed because of some very strange looking deer. Specifically, the description of these ones were that they were walking on their hind legs. They had blood red horns, and their eyes were very human-like. And they were crossing the tracks that caused the train to derail. You guys went, investigated a little bit, found the actual tracks of these deer, and decided to follow them. Or the tracks led into town, but you decided to follow them back into the woods to their origin. And that's where these guys are at the moment, as you guys are traveling back in. I think I'd love to start with Ruby's story, what's going on over there. So specifically where we are at the moment, the crowds have kind of been ushered out of the courthouse. You'd still hear a good number of people are still waiting outside. Denny's been let free, and it's basically you and Denny in this courthouse. The sheriff is back doing some paperwork, and Denny's just kind of like, well, thanks for the testimony. I guess I'm gonna...
Maybe don't thank me just yet.
Sorry?
We need to get you out of here safely. not entirely sure everyone has your best interests out there.
Yeah, that would make sense. I also don't know where I'm going to stay. I don't want to go home quite yet. I don't think I'm over that yet. But it's okay. You don't have to worry about it. I'll get myself home safely.
Well,
Maybe I'll stay at the hotel.
I was about to say, maybe come back with me to the hotel at least.
Oh, okay.
We do have, we may have, in preemptive fashion of making sure that if someone decided to burn down your house in anger, we got your important documents and money out when we investigated.
Oh, okay. Great.
So that's also back at the hotel. I do recommend that you come back with us and don't
okay.
go
I
off
would like
on
to
your
get my
own.
stuff back. That's very nice of you to give it back, I guess. Thank you. Okay. Well then let's go there. And
Yeah. Is there a back door to this establishment?
there would be. Yeah, there would be like well, there's the main front door. Let me think of how buildings work back then. And then there would be like a back office route where like if you go back where the judge's office and stuff like that is, which is where the judge went off to, there would be an exit back there. So it's either the main door or you got to go through the office.
Can I knock on the judge's door and ask if we can use the back door?
Absolutely. Yeah, you knock on the door. You hear just a moment of like some movement behind the door, and then comes over, opens the door. You see the old man that's been sitting behind the desk there, Judge Singleton, and he is just like, "Can I help you?"
Honorable Judge Singleton, I was wondering if it was possible for us to use the door out through your office to avoid a potential less than cordial exit for Mr. Snow here that could result in blood being spilt on your front steps, basically. I don't think the town was necessarily entirely sympathetic to the conclusion of today's trial.
You see, he like looks at you. He looks at Denny. Let me before he says anything, let me grab a roll from you.
Yeah.
This is like essentially
Persuasion.
like an insight. No, we're doing like insight sort of roll first.
Okay.
Which would be intellect, and if you have anything to add on to it, it's a difficulty 3 task.
I'm trying to think. Do I have anything that would help me here? No.
Okay. Well, it's difficulty 3, 9 or higher. I just want you to get the vibes of this guy before we decide how you're persuading him.
Okay. Take that. We got a 10.
Nice.
Again.
We're continuing the trend of just barely beating the DC.
Yes.
Love
all
right.
that.
So he looks at Denny and he looks back at you and he says, I mean, I can't really help you out here necessarily. I mean, he's not in my care anymore. We don't have anything to do with him anymore. With that, he's basically, you get kind of this disdain in his voice. Like he was like, oh, this man killed his entire family. I want him to go to jail. But the jury did not side with the judge in this case. So he starts with that. If you have like a rebuttal, you go for it. And then we can discuss what kind of role we're making.
I understand that he is no longer in your care. I am more concerned in this situation about the fact that the citizenry outside of your establishment are very close to a mob mentality at the moment, and thinking about future paperwork that would occur should an incident happen on your steps, and how much that will cut into your personal time as the main judge and or as a witness of the events in question, as well as the extra burden on the sheriff and his workforce. It sounds like a mess waiting to happen, sir, and I'm trying to alleviate some of the pressures of what could potentially occur.
I gotta make that persuasion roll. Difficulty 3. I'm assuming you have something to.
I'm also trained in persuasion.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and drop that to a difficulty 2, so 6 or higher on your die roll.
That's an 11.
Nice. Perfect. Middle of the road. Great. So, yeah, he's like, fine, just hurry. You can bring him out the back. And he opens the door and kind of steps aside and is like watching Denny very closely. Like, you better not steal any of my shit. He doesn't trust Denny at all.
Ruby will just lead him out because she doesn't want to deal with this man right now.
Perfect. So you head out through the back. That's basically like this little like hallway, and then there's a door that leads into an actual office. But the hallway leads right back to a door that you open up, head out into the alley in the back. And yeah, is your plan to just kind of like try and sneak your way through like back roads and stuff
pretty
back
much
to the hotel?
Run into as few people as possible.
Okay.
Avoid thoroughfares where I know I've seen the mob and where they'd be looking for him.
I'm afraid that this is going to be a roll.
Yeah, I figured that.
Back secretly. You're trying to get back without many people seeing you guys, because he's now like a celebrity, but not the good kind of celebrity. I think I have to make this a difficulty 5, which will be a 15 or higher die roll. This is a speed task, so if you want to apply effort, you definitely can.
This is gonna suck.
Oh, and you're my friend that wears armor, right? Cool.
Yep.
So it would cost you 6 speed points if you wanted to
bring it down.
To bring it down to a difficulty 4, which would be a 12 or higher.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that, but I only have one attempt to bring this down, basically.
Got it. Cool. All right. Good luck. 12 or higher. See what happens.
That's 16.
16?
16.
Again, just barely sneaking it in. Actually, no, because it was 12 or higher. That's nice. Cool. All right. Yeah. Great. Good job. So far, succeeding excellently. So, you guys leave the back of the courthouse here. It's only a couple of blocks to the hotel. But instead of like taking the roads, you're basically working behind buildings and stuff. You have to jump a fence or two, but you guys are able to figure it out. And you make it back to the hotel. You remember that there's a back door into the hotel that leads to the kitchens from when you were there before. So you go in through that back door. You see actually, let me open up my notes here. But yeah, you see Peggy is in the kitchen cooking some stuff, and she's like, "Oh, Ruby, good to see you. Who's this? Is this friend of yours, or?"
He's a client.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I see you're coming in through the back door. Is everything all right?
Right now, yes. He's just wanting to lay low and take it easy for a little bit.
Okay. Very well.
Rough night.
She reaches out her hand to him. She says, "I'm Peggy. What's your name?" He reaches out and he shakes and he immediately says, "I'm Danny. Nice to meet you."
Oh God.
Sorry. And she's like, "Oh, Denny. Okay, very well, very well. Well, if you guys want to head upstairs to your rooms, feel free. And I'll see you guys around." You see,
Going in the book.
I'm going. So I just want to let you guys know something about this system, the cipher system. I never roll for what the NPCs do, but they all do have their own level of difficulty versus each other.
Yeah.
So basically, her insight would be a level 4, and his deception is like a level 2. So he just fails that, and that's what happened there. So that's the behind the scenes work. Anyway,
I figured there was something.
So Peggy opens the door for you guys to head in and head up to your rooms. And yeah, are you just going in to head upstairs? What's your plan with you and Denny?
I feel like I want to try and ensure a little bit of Peggy's discretion.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you do see her like notice what you see her like eyeing her when she opens the door back into the lobby. You see her like eyeing her desk where her notebook is, where she keeps all of her secret notes of the gossip in town.
I think Ruby will say, Denny has had a difficult time, and
I'm sure
we would appreciate it if it was possible to refrain from this little bit of information getting out until after he leaves. I will pay for the night for him to stay with us, even without requesting a new room. We have the space for him. If you agree to give us a little grace in this matter.
She pauses for a second, and we'll go ahead and grab another roll. I know we're doing a lot of rolls with your stuff, but
no worries.
That's kind of what's going on. For her, she's it would be a difficulty 4, so 12 or higher. And then this would like be falling under like persuasion and that sort of stuff.
So it's 9.
There you can ease it down to difficulty 3, which would be a 9 or higher. If you want to apply effort, you can always do that with your intellect pool.
Yeah, I might apply an effort.
Okay, so it would be 3 points of intellect to reduce it again. So you only need to roll a 6 or higher if you do that.
And actually, it is 2 points of intellect because of my edge.
Oh, great. Yep, only costs 2.
That is a 4, so no.
No? Okay, gotcha. No. She looks at you and she's like, I mean, you know, what he's done, it's not totally my business. I mean, I wouldn't say no to like a few dollars, $5 or something like that, just to pay for his stay. You know, the going rate is about $5.
Her stay was not $5.
Well, his stay would be $5. And she like nods at you like, this is how you would buy my silence.
Honestly, I think we could. Honestly, I think I don't want a mob here right now. Garon can be pissed with me later.
My money.
I'll just have to steal the rich guy's wallet later. It's fine. Or we take it out of Denny's funds and say, this is the price of getting you free right now.
Certainly an option. Yeah, what do you think? What does Ruby do in this moment?
Ruby is just like, I cannot defend this man if there's a mob here. This woman is a gossip. I'm going to pay it.
Mm-hmm. All right, sounds good. Great. Do you have the cash to fund that on your own, or are you using Daddy's money?
Right now, I'll use it on my own and convince Denny later
to pay you back for it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, sounds good. Yeah,
she's keeping a ledger of what we're having to spend to bribe this man out of town.
Perfect. So yeah, you grab a few dollars and some coins, adding up to $5. Hand it over. She takes it and she says, "Thank you so much for your donation. I will keep that up front. If you guys want to take the room next to yours is free. So if he'd like to stay in his own room, he is free to do so." And then she heads on over to her desk to put stuff in. You see that she doesn't grab her notebook out and nods at you like that was enough. And then you guys can head upstairs if you would like to.
Yeah, no. And I think Ruby is going to post up by this man's door and not really move because she does not trust anyone in this town right now.
Got it. Cool. All right, sounds good. So you guys head up. You're kind of barricading yourselves in the room for now, just to be like, let's lay low for a bit. I'll say the last thing you see with Peggy as you go up is normally the front doors are like just wide open. She goes over and she closes those just as like let's keep the hotel a little bit less conspicuous today.
I mean, to be fair, I did give her warning that there is a dude in here that could cause a mob.
Yes, so. Absolutely. That did trigger a small alarm. And for $5, she is willing to close the doors and let him stay here without her telling anyone. So, great. Sounds good. So I'm going to leave you there for a bit.
Yeah, that's
you guys
fine.
Your plan is to wait there. You know that Garon and Ava will be back at some point. And with that, we're going to cut back over to you two. So you guys are at the train tracks. You've seen these the deer tracks, which of course are a little weird for deer tracks because there's only two hooves per set of tracks instead of the normal 4, because you heard that they were walking upright, which was interesting. They lead into the woods next to the track, which also is leading towards the mountains on that side. So it becomes a little bit more like hilly and rocky terrain with these thick, dense woods as you head in. So I'll turn it over to you guys. Is there anything specific you're doing as you are following along these tracks that we've already found?
Probably just listening to the state of the forest as we go. So I know, like, when we were at Denny's house, basically all natural sounds fell away. So just seeing if we run into anything similar.
Sure.
If there's anything
Sounds
unnatural or off about the forest, like the patches of forest we traverse.
Yeah, let's grab a roll for that. For like looking out for danger. Let's do. I would actually have a number for that. Difficulty 4, so that's a 12 or higher on the roll. And this would be intellect if you want to apply any levels of easing it, or if you have any abilities for like checking for danger, that sort of thing.
I don't think I really have anything. This. So. You said 12 or higher?
Yes. Yeah, 12 or higher. Let me know what you get.
See? God. 4.
Great. Sounds good. Ava, if you want to attempt the same roll, you can definitely do that.
Okay, I think that mine might be lower. It's up to you. I have inability in patience, willpower, and discipline. I don't know if that makes a difference, but
for this one I'd say you're good. You can roll normal.
Okay.
But
I just wanted to be honest
thank you for that
about
reminder Yeah.
Sometimes I'm honest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
More
In
of
this case,
chaos.
is it just like generally picking up on what's going on in the environment?
I rolled a 10.
10? Got it. Okay, so just under. Needed a 12 or higher, but that's okay. But from your guys' perspective, everything seems fine. It is getting a little creepier just because as you're going, the woods get a bit denser. And so a lot of the light isn't coming through. We're hitting like late afternoon, early evening. So the position of the sun is also making it harder for it to come into the trees. So it's a little dark and spooky, but yeah. So we're making our way through. And at a certain point, you see the tracks lead into a little bit of a clearing in front of the side of it's like a small cliff face, like as you kind of continue up towards what would be a more mountainous region. And in this cliff face is a small cave. And you see these tracks you're following lead out from that cave. Yeah, that's where the description is at the moment. Over to you guys. What would you like to do?
What could possibly go wrong if we go into this creepy ass cave with all these deer prints?
Nothing. I mean, we didn't see them coming back, so whatever here is definitely gone.
Yeah, definitely.
It's totally fine.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I think we need a lantern or something. Let me see. I think I have a lantern and a you know what? A flashlight's probably fine. I have a flashlight.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, power up your flashlight. It's an old one, so it's one of those like chunky like briefcase ones with a handle on top.
Yeah.
You turn that on. That'll give you some light as you enter into our cave. So, as you head in, you do. Let's do this. As you're heading in, let me grab a roll from you guys. This is like the equivalent of like perception investigation. This is an intellect roll to kind of look at your surroundings, look for clues before you get into the actual main cave itself. And we're looking at a difficulty 4 again, so 12 or higher.
I got a 12 exactly.
Nice.
I am doing the exact bare minimum that I need to do. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Would my mystic sense come into play here? Or no, if this is just a general person.
Not here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have. No. Okay.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
could try a different D20 this time.
We
My
need some
baby
not
one.
cursed dice
I
for
got-
you.
Oh, hey, that's a 20. My little baby dice came through.
Sounds good. Impossible to read, but also
Impossible to read, but it
But if it
worked.
rolls a nat
Roll
20,
like
it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Magnifying glass up to it.
Yeah,
you know?
seriously.
So I'll describe what Ava sees, and then I'll pop into the little bit of extra info that Garon gets from a nat 20. But you guys, as you're entering in, you do see that there are some tracks leading into the cave, in addition to the ones leading out. These ones are a little bit older, but these ones are deer tracks, but they line up more of what you would expect from a normal deer leading into this cave. And as you enter in a little bit further, and you're now like in the cave itself, the light behind you is starting to fade as you enter. You do, Garon specifically, with an nat 20, you do spot some like drips of like old blood on the floor. Not a ton. Doesn't seem like a pile of blood, like someone was immediately killed and dragged in, but you do see like drips of blood among the tracks in this cave. With drips, you can't really tell if that was entering the cave or leaving the cave, but you do see that is some bit of information with this as well. You also don't hear anything out of that as far as like you're listening for like, oh, are there people in here? Are there creatures? You're not picking up on any of that at the moment. But yeah, you guys head in further, and at a certain point, of this moving, the cave opens up into a larger area. And you see in here, there is a small like camp setup. Like you see a bedroll on the ground, like a sleeping bag. You see some cooking supplies, like a portable cooking set and a fire pit in the middle. And off to the side from all of that, you see, let's see, on like a rock shelf almost. It doesn't look like it was built, but just kind of the natural formation of this cave created this little rock shelf on the ground. On top of it, you see, trying to think if there's a better way to describe it, but I'll just straight up say it. It's these old decaying organs are sitting on this little rock shelf. You see blood is dripping off of it onto the ground. Not fresh blood, but you know, the remains of them being there for a little while. And upon further inspection of looking at it a little closer, you recognize that all the organs are the same and would line up with what you would expect a heart to look like. Human hearts, several of them just piled up on this little area over here. You also see some candles are around there, which are, you know, the previously burned, but at the moment are out. And the candles, of course, being lit around the where the hearts are currently set. I think that's all the information you have at the moment. What would you guys like to do with this information? Is there anything else you want to look into?
I'd want to take a closer look at the setup with the hearts. Is this
okay?
I mean, given my background, would I be able to tell that this is some like magic ritual or something?
Yeah, even without rolling, you would know that this is this appears to be, it's altar adjacent, where it's like, oh, it's not just hearts on a slab. The addition of the candles makes this seem almost more ritualistic. However, I'll also let you roll to get a little bit more insight into it if you would like to.
Oh yeah.
This would be intellect with all your got any abilities for like magical or magic stuff. You can add that in, but difficulty of 4 again, so 12 or higher.
Okay.
And we can ease that.
Yeah, I'm specialized in understanding magic.
Cool. I like that. Yeah, let's pop that down then. So specialized would drop the difficulty by 2. So difficulty 2, so you just got to roll a 6 or higher on your d20. You can also apply effort if you like to. That's up to you.
I'm not gonna try to jinx myself.
Fair enough.
That is exactly a 6.
Technically, it works. And technically
bare
it's best
minimum.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I hope I can roll a 6.
Yeah.
Just barely.
Bare minimum. Do the least.
So, you're looking for signs of like, is this an altar to a god or higher being or something like that? And you see that it's very nondescript, which leads you to believe that this is less of like a higher power altar and more of like just a general, I need to do a magical effect, and so I'm calling out to the universe with this. So that's a bit of info you get off of that. Ava, are you doing anything else around here?
I'm looking around the bedroll and stuff for any like clues as to who the guy with the big wallet was here. Specifically, I mean, she's not like the brightest or the sharpest, but like Peggy kind of put things together for her a little bit, and then the lady at the lumber place kind of put things, just
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's just grab then an perception intellect roll to kind of look through things. Mix
14.
14.
Yeah.
Cool. I think. Oh, I didn't set a difficulty, but that's higher than what I would have set, so you're good. So that's so you're looking around at these items. With that roll, you're seeing that the bedroll specifically and some of the other items around here, there's also some packaged food, and you're looking at the branding of the packaged food, and you're picking up that these are really well made items. This wasn't just cobbled together. This was someone likely with money that has purchased some camping gear and at the highest quality and set them up here. Now, as you're getting that information, something's going to happen over at where Guron's at. This is considered what I'm about to do is considered a GM intrusion. So Guron and Ava, you can both grab an experience point.
Okay. Hey.
And then once the excitement has dimmed from that, I'm going to tell you what terrible things are going to happen to you. So
perfect.
Ava, you're deep into these items. You're searching through bags and stuff. You're finding food and supplies. And as you're doing that, you hear from behind you, Guron, you get grabbed from behind you. Ooh. And you see a rag come into view in front of you, being held by someone, and it's pressed up against your nose and mouth. And I'm going to need a might roll from you.
Oh, no.
This is a difficulty 6 might roll.
Danger Daddy's home.
Yeah, difficulty 6. Difficulty 6 means you have to roll an 18 or higher on your die.
Okay.
You can apply effort if you need to. That is up to you.
I should. Because I don't really have anything that would help with this.
Yeah, I don't think you would have any abilities. Now this is I'll describe the effects in a second.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's an 18 or higher with the difficulty 6. If you want to apply effort and spend 3 of your might pool, you can feel free to do that to reduce it to a difficulty 5, which would be a 15 or higher.
I will do that.
All right, sounds good. Go for it.
Come on, little D20.
What do we get?
A 4.
Nice. You love to see it.
Yep.
So this rag comes in front of your face, and you instinctually inhale. You take in a deep breath.
I just gasped.
As
you weren't supposed to do that.
As you inhale the fumes from this anesthetic material, you feel the rag is wet with this stuff, and you take it, and instantly lights out. Guron, you go unconscious.
Fuck.
So now that that's happened, Ava, you hear the scuffle, and you turn around and you immediately see this older gentleman in his finery. Kane is at his side. The same man that you guys saw in the hotel has knocked out Guron, and you just hear him going shh, 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 as he puts him to sleep and lowers Guron to the floor, and then looks over at you and he says, "You shouldn't have come here."
All right, here we go. Ava just grabs a couple of knives.
As you draw your weapons,
from her bracers, or I assume that she's got. I don't know. I just imagine she has got leather bracers that she.
Yeah, you see. As you're grabbing your weapons, you see he grabs his cane, grabs the top of it, and he pulls them apart, and you see that the cane is in fact a hidden sword cane. Because that's
totally
awesome.
Taking that from you when I knock you out, brah.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and roll initiative for me. Guron, go ahead and roll initiative as well, because things will happen on your turn. So it's a difficulty 4, so you got to hit a 12 or higher. Ava, I believe you reduced that to a 3, so 9 or higher.
Yes. So I got a 14.
14, great.
Okay.
7.
7. All right, sounds good. So you're gonna go last, Garon.
That tracks.
Yeah.
That tracks.
I mean, I'm also unconscious, so like, yeah.
All right, just writing something down real quick, and then we'll jump into initiative. Let's see, and then Garon down at the bottom. Cool. All right. Ava, you're up first. You see him pulling his sword, and he starts running toward you. You see his movement seemed quite trained as well. Like he's
fuck me.
he knows what's going on with the sword.
Mm-hmm. All right.
He's taken some fencing classes or something at the very least.
I'm gonna use a swipe on him.
Okay.
So I'm not throwing this time. I assume that I'm gonna need these to defend myself against that cane sword.
Sounds good. So you can
gonna need
blaze out
these
yourself.
daggers. So I'm gonna use a swipe, and on that I'll do 1 less damage, but I will daze him for 1 round if I
Lovely.
hit him.
Oh, great. Awesome. Yeah, so go to make a roll.
14. Wow, that die
14?
only wants to roll 14.
Yeah. Well, that succeeds, so you get the hit. How does this? How do you strike him in a way that dazes
I'm
him?
gonna say I hit him in the side of the head with the pommel instead of actually like cutting him. I just whack. And I
Perfect.
don't think that it puts him out like I wanted it to, but I think he did not expect me to hit him with that side of the knife.
Absolutely. Yeah, he sprints in, he goes for the stab. You step to the side, and with him lunging forward, you get that perfect strike, and where you just knock him in the back of the head with your pommel.
Yeah.
And then does it specify what dazed does in the rules there?
It doesn't on that, but let me look that up. I think it's he just can't take an action for a round. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, let me
look it up for you. I should
looking.
have that written on my sheet. I did not write that on my sheet though. So.
Oh, dazed means that its actions are hindered. So it's just.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was gonna say it does something to his actions, but I'm not sure what.
So whatever it does is just it's gonna be easier for you to dodge his attacks and that sort of stuff.
Cool.
Cool. All right, sounds good. So in that case, we're gonna jump back over to his turn. He takes the hit, and you see him like stumble off to the side as he like gets his bearings. He you see that he almost blacked out for a second as he turns around to you, and he's like, and he looks at you. He shakes his head, and you see as he opens his eyes, you see almost like a reddening of his eyes as he looks at you, and yeah, I think he's just gonna strike. So let's grab a defense roll from you. So speed defense.
And I am specialized in speed defense.
Perfect. So difficulty 4 normally, we're going to drop that to a 3. So roll a 9 or higher.
I rolled exactly a 9.
Oh my God.
I'm doing the bare minimum.
Stop.
He stabs in again. Perfect fencing form. Which I'm assuming you would have had some training in the past in this sort of fighting. So you're reading him like a book.
Yeah, definitely.
As he stabs in, he's overcommitting again. You just step off to the side. And as you get ready for your next attack, we're going to jump over to Garon. You get to make another might roll to try and shake out of this effect. So it's again a difficulty 6, so an 18 or higher on your d20.
Okay.
You can apply effort again if you have enough might points to do that. That's up to you.
I do.
Okay. If you want to spend 3 might points and lower that down to rolling a 15 or higher, feel free.
I will.
All right, sounds good. So roll a 15 or higher for me. You got this.
You make it sound so easy. I got 13.
Just under. I'm so sorry. All right, Garon, you're still on the ground, just totally out. Back over to Ava. As he strikes at you again, what would you like to do? Oh, you're muted.
I'm just gonna attack him with the daggers.
All right, sounds good. Go for it.
I mean, he's trying to stab me. I'm gonna try to stab him.
Makes sense. That tracks.
The whole thing.
We're in this whole dance of trying to,
Will
you know,
you or won't you?
yeah. I rolled a 14 again because I'm gonna change dice because I feel like that die is like only rolling 14. It feels unfair.
It works for me. Cool. So you hit him with your dagger. That does 2 damage.
Okay. Actually, it does 3 because I have
Yes.
weapon wielder, so plus
Great.
1 damage. So
Awesome.
otherwise, I just fight him with my fists.
Cool. All right, sounds good. So yeah, you get a little strike in. He comes in with his stab, and you just like strike his blade arm as he comes through.
Yep.
And he relaxes for a second before turning around to strike you again. On his turn, he's gonna look at you, and he's like, and he says, "Leave now, and I'll let you live. I just need that boy's heart."
Mm-mm. See now, I already had my sights set on that boy's heart. I'm kidding.
And he goes in to strike you. Ava, go ahead and make another speed defense roll.
Okay.
9 or higher with your
Yeah.
ability.
13.
13, fantastic. All right, you dodge again. Gara, any another might roll? Difficulty of 6, so an 18 or higher.
Okay.
You got this.
I can use. Do
you want to spend more might?
Yeah, I can do it. One more spend. I have enough for like one more, so I will try it.
Ava's gonna have to carry you back, isn't she?
Right. I'm also using a different d20.
Yep.
Oh no.
3.
Oh,
All right, gotta go.
You snore.
Honk shoe, me. All right. Great. Still unconscious, I'm afraid. Sorry.
I'm starting to dream.
Yeah. All right, Ava, over to you. He's still looking pretty good. You've just gotten the one good strike in on him so far. What would you like to do?
I am going to attack him again.
All right, sounds good.
With the daggers. 12.
12? Okay.
Yep.
That is just enough. Go ahead and
Minimum.
go ahead and damage is 3 damage again.
Yep,
So we're up to 6.
I think she
All right.
faints with the one and then goes in with the other one, just like. She knows how he moves because she's familiar with that type of fighting style, but she's kind of adopted a little rougher fighting style that I feel like
Yeah, absolutely.
the rich folks don't expect that feral fighting style that she's used to.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you learned the basics and then you moved on from that to like this more like brutalistic I'm thinking like for anyone that knows like fighting terms, like Krav Maga is like the fighting style where it's like I'm just trying to kill you as quickly as possible, no sportsmanship. That sort of
no
so,
rules, no sportsmanship.
Exactly. and he's still stuck back in the basics where he's like and
he's
parry and pose and
we do this as a production and it's elegant, and she's like, nah.
Yeah, exactly. I think you see like just a small glint of fear with that last attack in his eyes. I'm just like, oh, I was expecting this to be easy. I take out the person that's clearly the leader of the group based on his interaction with you guys in the hotel. And then suddenly there's this woman attacking me. So
Garon is the leader. We don't have a leader.
Okay, see, now I just want to sit down this guy and be like, how did you come to this conclusion?
well, you're the only person that he saw clocking him. So like
that one understands the elegance and ritual of politics. He's clearly
Exactly.
the leader.
That one does not understand anything about politics or eloquence.
Yeah, just to give you guys a bit of insight, in the hotel, Garon was the only one that this guy knew had spotted him and started figuring some stuff out. So he was just like, oh, Garon is the smart one of the group, the capable one. So I'm going to take him out first. So because of that failure, you actually ended up okay. Because if Ava was the one that he went after, this could have been a different fight.
Oh my god!
I'd probably be dead.
So because he failed that roll, we're okay so far.
For the purposes of this, yes, Garen is our leader.
Yep.
He's the least discreet of us.
Okay, so he, I think with that bit of like fear in his eyes, I think he's going to reposition himself, and, I think he's gonna go over to where, to Garon,
Crap.
and he's gonna like hold his blade over him, Ava, ooh, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna reach down. He's gonna grab you, Garon, by the top of the hair and pull you up and hold his blade.
Rude.
And he's gonna take his entire turn here to just say to you, "Stay back, or I slice now." And with that, before your turn, so you have a second to decide. Garon, I need another might roll from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this.
This
You got
This
this.
is the time you wake up, man. It's just the time to die.
18 or higher. What do you got?
You got
17.
Did you have any points to apply effort? No?
I have
All right.
one might point left. I don't have enough.
Oh, no. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Great. Ava.
All right. So, Ava. This is so risky. Okay, so I have a question.
Shoot.
Can Ava quick pull out her whip in attempt to disarm him? Instead of doing damage, like in lieu of doing, I'll even use an experience point on this if you want to whip that sword out of his hands.
I love it. You don't need to spend the experience point.
Okay.
But basically, you'll be making a roll that's hindered.
Okay, that's fine.
So it would be a difficulty 5. You have to do a 15 or higher. Is a whip? Did we write down as a whip considered a light weapon, or
It is a light weapon, yes.
Okay, gotcha. So actually, that eases it back down. So it'd be a 12 or higher on your roll here.
Okay.
It is also a speed task. So if you want,
can I use speed points?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How many do I need to use?
It would be 3 speed points to lower it by 1. So
Okay.
we would drop it back down to just a 9 or higher, just under 50%.
Don't you have an effort or effort and speed?
You.
Oh yeah, I do. I have an
Yes.
edge and speed. Yeah.
Great. So that would
be
reduce
2.
it. So you'd spend 2 points instead of 3. You'd
Okay.
spend 2 points.
So 2 points. So that puts me at 19 right now. Okay, perfect. Fuck, it's a 4.
It's a 4. Okay. Hey, you know, you did everything right. That was a good choice.
I know. I tried.
Okay. You strike across. The blade or the whip strikes him in the arm and like wraps around, but he's able to kind of tear free. And it is now his turn. He's gonna go and with the blade now away from the neck, I think he looks down at Garon's chest where his heart is.
No.
And stabs in next to where the heart would be.
Oh no. Good thing I misplaced Garen's heart a long time ago.
So this would be like a speed defense, but unfortunately, Garon, you just have to automatically fail this because what are you going to do? Dodge out of the way? You are
I'm
unconscious. So this is his blade does 4 damage. It comes from might first. I think you mentioned that you are
I have
out
one left in my might pool.
Okay, so take 1 away from might, and then the other 3 are going to go away from your speed pool. And with that, this is the first time that we have the damage track being used. So since one of your pools is at 0, you're now considered impaired. So on your stat sheet, there should be that checkbox, which is effort costs 1 extra point per level. You don't get any additional effects from rolling higher in damage, like 17, 18, 19, 20 usually gives you extra effects. They don't in this case. That's basically it. Yeah, so you don't get any special effects from rolling high. And extra point per level. Great. Garon is stabbed and bleeding. Ava, it's now your turn. As you see, this man stabs into him and goes to like start digging out Garon's heart as fast as possible.
Oh, F it. She's gonna quick throw on him.
All right, sounds good. That means you get 2 attacks, right?
Yep, I do get 2 attacks. So she's throwing 2 daggers at him. And,
Perfect. Yeah, you see he's like repositioned.
Natural
now.
20. Can I have just like taking out that hand that he's got the sword cane? I don't know. Like
Absolutely.
I feel like that's where she aimed. She was like, the whip didn't work. Let me try this one.
Well, I'll tell you what. So rolling a nat 20 on an attack. First of all, it does 4 additional damage.
Ooh.
So you did a total of 7. And you get a major effect added to it. So we're saying the major effect is that you cut off his hand. So
yes. You want to lose that hand, sir?
So you see him stab in.
Art doesn't belong to you.
You see he stabs in. He rips the blade out to find another point to stab in, and as his hand is above his head, you just throw this knife. It goes through his wrist, and the hand just goes flying off with the sword cane. He starts screaming, and he grabs his arm. Blood is gushing out, and he just like stands up, and he like stumbles back, and you see him like get woozy for a second, and collapses. You did enough damage to also kill him.
So I didn't need to use quick throw. So
yeah. So as
is he dead?
As he's screaming and like flying back, you just throw another knife, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Perfect. Strikes him right where the heart would be, and he goes stumbling back and falls.
Yeah.
And dies. And he is dead.
She didn't really think through the whole, like, we should probably question him and get, like, a confession, take him to jail. She didn't. She was like, you stuck a sword in my friend's fucking chest, man. Not okay behavior.
No, real quick.
Not okay at all.
Real quick. Before my description, I didn't have in mind that you might want to keep him alive. If you'd like to, we can keep him alive, but it sounds like you just wanted to murder the man. Like, what would Ava have done in this moment as he was about to kill her?
What's up with the hearts a little bit? I'm just gonna roll to see if, like,
he has the self-control to have.
I mean,
she could be a little impulsive, so I'm just gonna. If it's over 10, then she had the foresight to like not throw the second knife, or she'll just like throw it off. Like in the midst, she'll just have like a last minute. Oh wait, maybe I should question him while he's bleeding out.
Okay. Do you want to hinder your own roll because patience and that sort of stuff is a thing?
Sure.
You could definitely do that, or just roll as you were gonna do if you want to do a straight luck check.
No, I mean,
I just pointed that out.
I did hinder it, but I still got it. I rolled a 12, so she had just the bare minimum amount of foresight.
Perfect. So
like to go, wait a minute, and then just throw it like off to the side.
Perfect. So as he's screaming and starting to faint from blood loss, you're about to throw that second knife, and you have the wherewithal to not. He does go unconscious from blood loss, so you can deal with that in a second, but he is not straight dead yet.
Okay.
Okay, so at the end of that, real quick before you do anything, Garon, I need another might roll from you, please.
Is this gonna be the one?
Poor Sharon.
You got this.
He's gonna wake up and there's blood everywhere.
19.
Garon wakes up and there's like there's sprayed blood all over Garon, a hole in his chest, and
so yeah, Garon, from your perspective, here's how everything went down. You were standing there, you felt someone grab you from behind, and then immediately inhaled into a rag and went unconscious. Now, the way that like medical grade anesthetic works is that it essentially just like blocks out that time for a moment, and you instantly wake up right after falling unconscious with a blade wound in your chest. You are bleeding heavily and in a lot of pain. Over to you guys. We're now out of initiative, so whatever you want to do.
Okay? You okay, Garon?
I would shakily put a hand to my chest and it comes away bloody. And it's just, I look around.
Put some pressure on that. I'm gonna tie off this guy's stump right quick because shit got real after you were unconscious. All right. She just like loosely removes this guy's belt and like tourniquets the arm. Like just quick like snaps his belt out and tourniquets the arm with it.
Perfect. Sounds good. So yeah, you do that. I just remembered that I haven't been using his name, but I remember that you guys talked at the lumber yard to that person and learned that his name is Ardley Blackwell. So you wrap up Blackwell's stump. It's bleeding a little bit less. Try to cover it with something to like just stop the bleeding, so that hopefully he won't just die of blood loss. Garon, what are you up to?
I am
gonna patch yourself
probably
up?
I'm dazed and confused. But yeah, I will, seeing that Ava is attending to Mr. Blackwell, I will try and at least get some gauze out of my medical kit and just like put pressure on the wound to try and staunch some of the bleeding first.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want to go ahead and do a recovery roll, or more? You guys haven't done any recovery rolls today. So first one's an action, second one is 10 minutes, next one's an hour. So you can decide how long you want to take here.
Yeah, I'll use an action to do a recovery roll, at least for now, and then I'd also like to use my simple medical items to get a bonus to that.
Yeah, absolutely. What did I say last time? I think I said
+2.
Like +2. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
26 plus 3.
Nice.
Ava's back to regular.
Ooh, that is a total of 9.
Yeah, nice.
Cool.
Oh.
And you can distribute that however you'd like. If you want to throw it all into might. I don't know if you used any other points anywhere else.
Some speed because I emptied out my might pool.
Cool.
Yeah.
And with that, that'll bring you back up above 0, so you're no longer impaired as far as the damage track goes.
Okay.
Lovely. And Ava, you can do, I don't know if you were rolling, but you can take some time here as well if you want to at least do the action roll.
Yeah, I did for me, and I'm back to full on everything.
Fantastic. Cool.
And then I don't know what else I can do for him. She's probably gonna ask, like, Karen, what happens when you cut off somebody's hand accidentally on purpose? Like, what else besides stop the bleeding should I do?
Would we? It's the 1920s. Was the concept of shock known? Had that been developed yet?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. I don't know the answer.
Shock.
I'm gonna assume yes. That would have been at the time of like things like shell shocked instead of PTSD and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And like shock from medical wounds, they would know. Basically, the basic idea is you would know that like someone gets heavily hurt, they're gonna have some effects happen to them. Okay. And you have enough medical training to kind of know that.
I need to be careful that he doesn't go into shock from a major wound. What are you doing to staunch the bleeding? We'll need to...
I took his belt off, and then I put it around the stump to, like a tourniquet.
That would probably be a good short-term solution, but if you cut off the hand, you need to cauterize it.
Cauterize? Oh, okay, so you need fire?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's not going to put him into feather shock?
Well, he's unconscious now, so.
Oh, well, he passed out from the pain anyways. I suppose losing your hand will do that.
Well,
he's probably going to be real mad when he wakes up.
That's... Future bedside manner is a different issue.
Oh, I don't have bedside manner. I don't have manner at all.
Okay.
Anyways.
You said there was like a camping stove, right?
Yeah. Basic supplies over there, yeah.
I would probably just go and scrounge that up and get a fire going.
Cauterize his stuff.
Yeah, he had like a fire pit in there with like some wood next to it and stuff like that. So if you want to try and get a basic fire going, feel free. And matches and stuff with the camping set. So you go for it. Great. You guys take a few minutes here, get some fire, get that wound cauterized. Luckily he's unconscious, or else he would be screaming in pain even more.
He would be in shock. What?
Yeah, exactly.
We can manage the shock when he wakes up.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys finish up with that. We'll fast forward in time a little bit. What do you want to do with this guy? Anything that you want to do before he wakes up? Do you want to just spend the time waiting for him? It's probably going to be a couple hours before he wakes up at the very least.
Despite him clearly trying to remove my heart, I think I'm going into like actual medical doctor mode and am like getting sleeping bags, blankets, and just putting them over him to keep him warm and get him in some sort of comfortable position for when he wakes up and loses his mind over not having a hand anymore.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I would probably
Ava's gonna collect the hand so she can wave at him with his own hand when he waves.
Intimidation tactic, yes.
Why you hitting yourself? Why you hit? No.
Let's not lead with that.
Yeah.
I love that it's you two that have to question this guy.
We really need Ruby for these types of things. She is gonna collect the hand. She looks at Karen and she told him, what do I do with this one?
We
The first time I've ever removed somebody's body part before.
probably find some way to dispose of it.
Okay, is there any rigs or anything on it?
Yeah, there's a couple expensive rings on it.
She takes the rings off, puts them in her pocket, and then
Perfect.
she just throws it as far as she can into the woods.
Works for me. Yeah, you got
An animal or something will take care of it, right? You know.
Yeah. Better than keeping it here. I'm being honest.
Yeah, because in the 1920s, they didn't know how to reattach limbs, so I think he's gonna have to settle for a sweet hook or something. All right, anyways,
Maybe we should not encourage him
with
to
that one
put
either.
weapons on his hand.
I think he's probably gonna go to prison, so I mean, I don't think that they allow you to have hooks for hands in prison. Not that I know a ton about what they allow in prison or anything.
You don't say.
Anyways, so I guess I'm gonna yeah, she's gonna go through his pockets and things like that. You know, loot the body.
Okay.
He's not
mentality,
dead.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's right now he's a body.
All right. Cool. Yeah, if you want to, you can mark down he's got about $15 in just loose cash. And then you get bits of, if you want to just write down Blackwell's jewelry, so you can do that as well. And then he's also got his sword, the cane sword.
He was so excited about that.
So you can grab that if you'd like to. And then the rag that he used to take out Garon is on the floor. You're able to find that, and he's got on him like a small flask in like a breast pocket that without like immediately sniffing it, you recognize that's like the anesthetic.
Yes, Ava sniffs it and then just goes unconscious. Like
Garon would scramble to pick up the flask and make sure all of that doesn't spill out. And
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean,
she figured it out. She just hand the flask and the rag to Garon.
Yeah, I tuck that away with the rest of my medical supplies.
Perfect. Sounds good. So yeah, you got this anesthetic, which will knock people out. It just so you know, it knocks you out for roughly a minute, and then you make a might defense roll to try and resist the effects, and then you can repeat that every round. So every 6 seconds for the minute, you can reattempt to try and wake up early. Cool. Great. So yeah, that's basically what you find. You find some loose jewelry, you get $15 in coins, you got this cane sword, and then you got this anesthetic.
Is there water anywhere? Ava knows that he has lost some body. It's via that stump wound.
Yeah,
so
I'd
she's
say
gonna make sure he has some replenished fluids.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, he's got like a little metal water bottle that he's keeping water in by the campfire.
How bad? Because I know he stabbed a sword into my chest, but is it on par with like needing stitches?
I'd say so, but it's the kind of thing that like you in your medical supplies you would have taken care of that during this like rest where you were patching yourself up. So normally, yeah, it's.
Well, I was just gonna say if the first attempt at staunching the bleeding might have been more of like a quick patch job, and then now that we're waiting for Mr. Blackwell to wake up, would actually go back and like do the stitches properly.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. And if you need to get more points back, you can do your 10-minute recovery roll if you'd like to, and consider that. Or you can we'll just say that you were patching up your wound a little bit more.
I'm just in it for the flavor text, really.
Yeah.
Just
sounds
for the
good.
story purposes.
Of course. Yeah. So Garon's doing that. So
he was playing with the sword cane in the background, just new toy.
So cool. So it sounds like your plan is just to wait here for the couple of hours until he wakes up so you can interrogate him. So while you're waiting, I'm going to pop over to Ruby. Hello.
We've left Ruby all deserted to deal with mobs.
Yeah, Ruby's like, shit. Where are these two chuckle fucks?
So I just wanted to check in. Is your Ruby is waiting for the rest of the group. Would she wait the entire several hours that it would take for them to come find you?
Yeah, I don't think she'd run off alone because she doesn't know exactly where they went.
Yeah.
So the fact
she would just be worrying essentially, but
yeah, she's worrying. She's probably like pacing around the inn kind of thing.
Cool. Yeah.
Also worried about what Karan is going to say if he comes back and finds out she spent like a third of their money. It's fine.
Hey, we just got $15.
She doesn't know that.
It's replenishing the money faster than Ruby can spend it, so I think Garon's gonna eventually be fine.
In Ruby's defense, it was just pay off a mob or someone from telling the mob where she is. So,
I mean, in Ava's defense, Ruby keeps spending money, and Ava just keeps stealing it. So,
yes.
Awesome.
So yeah, no, Ruby is incredibly worried, but is also realizes that staying put for the moment where it's safe and no one's forcing them to move just yet is probably the best bet because they know where she'll be at versus she not knowing where they'll be at.
Perfect. Yeah, sounds good. You also see that Denny is fast asleep. He immediately conked out as soon as you guys were like in a stable place.
He's not doing weird shit, is he?
No.
Okay.
It seems like this is like the first good sleep he's gotten in a little while. It seems like he's like recovering from being possessed for so long, but you guys took care of that as we've established. And you're like keeping an eye on him though, just in case there's any like lingering effects. But he seems to be sleeping. He's snoring very loudly.
That's fine.
And cool. So you guys are hanging out there. We're gonna pop back in with Garon and Ava, hanging out for a couple of hours. And before he wakes up, I think this is the perfect time for us to take our first break as we approach 3:30. So yeah, we'll duck out for 10 minutes. Come back with our interrogation of Avery Blackwell.
All right.
Ava would like to tie his arms behind his back.
Thank you.
Garon does not look very happy about that because he's like
you
a
just
patient.
So
he's injured.
He's injured.
Like, well, injured people sometimes hit you too.
Yeah.
I know I hit people when I'm injured, so.
Also,
Nice.
He didn't try to kill you.
He tried to cut your heart out.
I never said Garon was big on logic.
You never ever see the red flags, Garon.
Discuss red flags at some point.
That'll be the conversation we have when we get back.
Yes.
All right. So we'll be back here in 10 minutes.
See you in
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people I wanna know. If you're feeling it too, out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under street lights right next to the skyline. With you, yeah. I've been a cynic for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright.
I'm looking at you. I'm trying to get your attention. Can I come close? I don't know how to play this. Our hands touch once or twice, feeling kind of hypnotized. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, you're looking at me, making me feel like maybe you want this too. Give me your attention. I'm trying to breathe, but the air feels just like water. You're making me weak now. What doesn't kill you makes you. Our hands touch once or twice, we should let them intertwine. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second,
show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall on.
80-foot tall wolf sitting right in front of us. You had just had a wolf inside of you, like literally inside of you, but not like in a fun way, but like in a not fun way. And
What
you
is
know,
the fun way?
No.
ask
it is
Henry.
so
You're not
Okay. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
This is not that kind of campaign.
No.
You're not playing Monster
That's for
Heart.
monsters.
Oh.
And they're just like, no, it's bags. I'm just like,
And you have to say it like that too.
Bags.
The that's a very Wisconsin dialect thing. Bags.
It's just cornhole.
Bags. Well,
Ouch.
no, it's like ladder golf is not ladder golf here. It's testy toss. It's different because it's from Wisconsin, and we're all drunk.
Pause.
We're all drunk while we do it.
Like, oh no, my phone. Well, looks like I only have you to talk to, Salvatore.
Is that a threat?
That's a promise.
Is it?
And that is the garbage plate, which I had to look this up because I forgot everything that goes in one. I've never eaten one. The fact that I know their existence is a curse.
Yes.
A traditional plate is your choice of cheeseburger, hamburger, Italian sausages, steak, chicken, red hots, served on top of any combination of home fries, french fries, baked beans, and/or macaroni salad, and then topped with hot sauce, sometimes also topped with optional mustard and onions. It's usually served with a slice of buttered bread.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage plate.
That's
It's
gonna
a
be our
very
new
apt
ladies and
name.
gentlemen, the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage.
Sylvie were told by Natalie yet, but I think I'm changing the code name. I'm gonna be Magic Werewolf Man. Figured I'd go with Coyote.
Yep. You just hop a couple times.
Nope.
Doesn't Maybe
look
it's
like
the
it.
pose. Try a couple more.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Huh.
Is Elena just watching this?
I
love it.
don't think it's
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall onto the ground. But I know you will turn it around. Oh, this is all we got. And I know you'll make mistakes, get interference and lose your way. Find the light when it rains. Oh, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. 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 Show me
feels bad she couldn't prevent it with her whip.
Yeah.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Garon didn't even know there was an attempt. He just woke up with a bloody chest.
That's why she'll
But-
never
Yeah.
tell you that there was a failed attempt to save you.
Anyway, we're back.
Hey, fantastic. Hello. All right. Well-
Don't you just love these super casual transitions? A real staple of Tift.
Don't mind us while we psychoanalyze our characters while we're not on screen.
Yep.
And
But
their
yeah,
faulty
anyway.
coping skills.
Everything was fine. We had nothing to worry about, and we're back. So,
Did you die though?
So you are a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Almost.
yeah, before the episode started, I just said everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it, and immediately they worried.
no one's
and I
gonna
don't even know
die.
You
why.
said no one's gonna die.
No one's gonna. No
and
one
we all
died.
immediately was like, "Who are you trying to kill?"
Me. Clearly.
Clearly. All right. So, we're back. So you guys, Garen and Ava, you hang out with this body, grab it, wait for him to wake up.
What's his
And
name, man?
at a certain point, Arlie Blackwell, you see him like kind of shake out of unconsciousness, and he looks over at Garan, and then he looks at Ava and like starts, and then he's like trying to get out of. You've tied his hands behind his back. He's like trying
I
to get out of
imagine
the
I had
bindings.
to tie him at the elbows to avoid
Yeah.
like the wound that Garon had like dressed, and like also now there's not a hand there to like provide the same.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, he struggles a little bit, and then he's just like, so what do we do now?
Shouldn't move.
You're gonna
So
tell
much-
us why you were cutting out people's hats. That's what I want to know.
He like takes a second, and he tries to pull free again, and you see like a little wince of pain.
I'm
You're
real
right.
good with ropes, brah.
Look, you're injured. You should really not be moving around so much. You're gonna agitate your wounds. So just
Fine,
relax.
I'll just stay here, I guess. But yeah, I'm not telling you anything. Don't worry about it.
I'm clearly you're doing something over there with all of those hearts.
It's a personal project.
That's
Here, let me try, Garon.
don't make his wounds worse. I don't want to stitch him up too.
You never said nothing about new wounds. All right. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out to you. She just like crawls over to him and like gets in his face, and then she just like grabs him and she says, "You're gonna tell me because that I'm not just good with knives. I'm good with other stuff too."
He's like, what the fuck does that mean? Ava, go make a like intimidation roll essentially. Difficulty 4, so I gotta hit a 12 or higher for me.
Okay.
Garon's just like, don't think about it too much.
I only got a 10, so I don't think I'm that. He's like, "Are we flirting or what's happening
that-
right now? I'm not sure.
Very,
Are
very
you
good.
gonna kiss me or?"
Yeah,
You'll mark me down as scared and horny.
Mark me down as scaroused. I'm like, that's gold. Ava's gold is make them all scaroused.
Yeah, he kind of like rips his head free from your grasp, and it's just like, listen, I'm just trying to get by. I've
Get by. You don't need to cut people's hats out to get by. You're doing just fine.
he says, you don't know what the Barrow family can do. I need these hearts.
Well,
Fuck.
clearly this ritual isn't to any specific being. So
I
what?
wouldn't say that necessarily.
It's more of, I mean, the setup and the runes that are being used is more a call to the universe than any one entity. So, I mean, does the Barrow family, have they made a pact with something?
I mean, they can do all sorts of crazy magical stuff. I've seen what they can do. They can turn any person into one of their hollow men. Just
What
a
the fuck?
husk of what they once were, take their soul out, and now they're just a being that serves them. And I don't want that to happen to me. Listen,
They should really just pick up the dudes that are getting out of prison because they already are hollow and don't have souls. So
Are they?
that being said, I mean, but listen, I was born without a heart. I
what?
don't know how. I that's just how I was born. I don't know how that works, but I have a theory that makes me susceptible to them, to being turned into one of these hollow men. So all I'm doing is I'm trying to find a heart that I can replace my own lack of a heart with. And then everything will be fine. I'll be able to resist their effects. I just need to find the perfect heart, okay?
Wait, hold on.
Can't just take someone else's heart.
Sure,
I
I
have
can.
a lot of fucking questions here. So let's start with the first one. Who fucking diagnosed you with no heart?
I did. He
Oh, so you're just insane. I got it. Never mind.
how do you
We need a mental health check over here.
how do you explain my lack of heartbeat?
I'll check-
Ava's going
I'll
to
check
put
for a
her
pulse.
ear. Yeah, she's gonna put her ear up to his chest.
Perfect. Yeah. Both of you individually checking for a pulse. And yeah, you don't hear anything. And Ava specifically, listening to his chest, it's his his chest is suspiciously cold. Like there's like a lack of heat from his core. You know what I mean?
Are you always this cold?
I mean, I don't have much bloody, I don't.
You lost a
have
little
that
blood.
organ
I
there.
would say that is a true story.
Yeah, and I don't know
was
how
there.
this blood is moving around my body, but has nothing to do with my heart, of which I have none.
You were
So-
born with no heart. Like
I was born with no. I don't know, man. It's a crazy world, but I just need to find a perfect heart. Garon seemed
How are you
pretty
gonna-
good. I was hoping that was going to be my next heart.
so wait, you're trying to put them in your chest?
Yeah, with the ritual, and he points at the pile of hearts.
Ava
and-
just unceremoniously starts like unbuttoning his shirt to see if he like looks like he had like tried to put it probably seems very rude and like not at all mannered or civilized. She's just kind of like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You start looking into it a bit more, like him physically. He tries to protest, but can't do too much. Tied down.
she just... I'll be gentle this time.
He's like, again, I don't know if I'm supposed to be scared or horny, but
That's the whole
What?
point.
so you check and you do see like some like cuts in that area of where it would be like some like surgical wounds essentially. And Garon, did you have a question? I thought you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask the Harley. Is this related to the deer walking around on their hind legs, or is that?
Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, best I can tell, they probably some deer got in here, ate one or two of the hearts, and got corrupted. But hey, that's not my fault, okay?
But I
If
feel
they-
like
if
it
they
might be a
found
little your fault. It's a little your fault,
they're-
Avery.
I mean, I had to use some crazy magic rituals on those hearts to try and get them to work for me. They didn't. None of them worked. But
What are
I
you-
gotta keep looking. I don't want to
Where-
become a hollow man.
Then just
Yeah, I think you're already a hollow man, bruh.
why?
I still have my wits about me. You haven't seen these fucking zombies, man.
They're creating
What?
zombies? That's weird. Maybe you're less susceptible because you don't have a heart. Did you ever think of that?
He like looks off into the middle distance. No, it's definitely like they're.
Well, all of them had hearts, right? And you don't have a heart, and they became zombies, and you didn't. So logic dictates that that's true.
I think they're corrupting their souls, and I think that the heart is a blocker to that. It doesn't matter. I've been through this already. Okay,
Who have you?
I've done my research.
Where did you get your research? What magic user did you speak to about this?
And what medical professionals?
I've been. It's all trial and error, right? I've just been learning what I can, reading all the magic books, figuring it out.
Oh, that's a bad plan. Look, I'm not really the magic-y sort. I'm not from around here. Anyways,
I've got to pop in real quick. So Garon, you hear him like saying that's how he's been figuring this out, and you realize, oh, that's why he's failed again and again with with the pile of hearts. You know how many people he's killed in this town. You also don't know how many he's been killing elsewhere.
Yeah,
probably tons. There's probably piles everywhere.
He's been saying, I've been looking for the perfect heart to be compatible with me, but you also are considering it's possible he's just not figured out how to magically put a heart in, and he's considering that's a heart problem and not a him problem.
Garrett is just like, oh, stupid man.
And Ava looks him dead in the eye, serious as hell, and she goes, "The soul isn't in the heart, stupid. It's in the pineal gland."
He says, "Well, that's one theory, but
no.
From everything I've seen, it's
how many hearts have you been through, and it's not working?"
About 30, I think, about this point. But
30. Ava's doing a quick count of how many are in the corner.
Yeah, there's a few over there. You know that Boone has record of like 12 different. It's been about a year of monthly killings, so you don't know where the others are from. But
please, can you perform any other magic?
Not specifically. This is more like my specialty is getting this heart in.
I don't think it
you're
is.
not very good at being. Yeah, you're not very special.
I just haven't found
special.
I just haven't found a good heart.
I think it might be a you problem.
You're just.
I think it might be a you problem.
Bad at magic.
I don't believe that's true.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're pretty arrogant.
Okay. Is there in any of my books? Do I have just like a very, very like basic spell that like first level introductory spell that anyone with some level of magical competence could do? Like say like produce like a little flame or something.
Oh sure, like basic hedge magic.
Yeah,
which you're
grow a little plant in here.
Yeah. You can definitely find that.
I just pull that up and like go hold it in front of his face and just be like, cast this.
Perfect. It's just like a basic like summon like sparks from your hands sort of spell. And he looks at it and he's like, yeah, you just got to do the hand motion like this. I mean, it's not working for me, but you know, it's probably because I'm missing a hand and I have a bunch of blood loss.
No.
Obviously. I'm good at this stuff.
I will do it with one hand just to demonstrate.
Perfect. Yeah, you perfectly just produce this. It's a child spell. This is like one of the first ones you learn as a spellcaster.
If you had any if you're had any affinity for magic, this not having a hand is not what's hindering you here.
The not having a heart thing is more likely the problem.
Not necessarily.
Anyways.
Yeah, he's just like, what are we doing here? What are we even? Listen,
How old are you?
How about you guys just let me go? I'll just go. We'll go our separate ways.
You're in multiple ways. Clearly.
I promise not to try to take your heart again.
That's not the issue. You're messing.
Well, it is a little bit of the issue.
To mess with magic that you don't understand. If you can't do basic things like this,
You shouldn't mess
You
with it
shouldn't-
at all.
be trying to do something at such an advanced level.
Also, I think you're corrupting the deer, and that's kind of problematic. I don't know if you understand that. You might have summoned some sort of ancient old being and caused all Denny Snow's problems. But
Look.
anyways,
What? How about this? Okay. Do you have a spell or ritual, something written that you've been following to try and make this work?
Yeah, I've been taking notes in my journal. And he nods over to his bag, which he had carried in with him.
okay.
I'll go over and get the journal and flip through.
Ava's
Yeah.
gonna go through the rest of the bag to see if there's anything good in there.
Sounds good. You see, so yeah, exactly. You'd find another $1 in there. Why not? So Garon, you start looking through this journal, and you see it's all notes written by him. Basically, again, the trial and error thing. It seems like he's got a semi-successful here and there, and he would write down like what the semi-success was. Like, oh, I was able to get the heart to like start beating, but it wouldn't like stay. It wouldn't beat within me, essentially.
Basically, like organ rejection.
Yeah, basically. But also like all the specific like magical things that he has written down are all like, it's the kind of thing where like someone has learned basic like addition and then has tried to do calculus immediately after. Like you see all the notes in there have the language of like basic magic of like someone who read a beginner's guide to magic, but then just tried to figure the rest out on his own. He's not very good at it. So whether or not this is something that could eventually happen, you don't necessarily know, but it definitely like he's not going to figure it out.
So it's more so he's been trying to create like his own spell basically rather than found something
Like,
to use.
but also like this is a very unique thing that he's trying to do and trying to figure out. And he what kind of through your conversation and through his notes, you kind of just get a sense of, oh, this guy is has an arrogance problem. This is a problem with someone who just is like, I got this, I can figure it out. And if something doesn't work out, it's, oh, I didn't get the right heart. It'll work when I get the correct heart.
I think after looking through all this, Garon just sighs and says, okay. This process, this trial and error process is not conducive to success, basically. Maybe there's a chance someone else out there has figured out how to do this. We could find those resources. We could potentially do a successful transplant, but this is not something you can do on your own.
I think I could do it. He's like, yeah, I've tried. Listen,
30
but
times.
It's true. Well, I'll tell you what. How about you guys let me go, and I won't, do anything else. I'll try and figure it out somewhere else. I'll leave, and you'll never see me again.
What are your party tricks?
Party tricks?
Yeah. Do you have any like special skills?
He's rich.
I have a lot of money. I'm good at fencing.
It's true.
Ava's knows experience. It's like, but my true skill is taking people's hearts out and then transplanting them in myself. Again, I just haven't found the right heart. but are really good at that step.
How about look?
Ron?
I'm in search of magical resources. Okay. I can help you figure out how to successfully transplant a heart, but what you've been doing has to stop.
Okay.
So if you
Hey, if you have, I won't say no to someone figuring it out with me. I'm pretty desperate at this point. Do you have any idea of whose heart we want to grab next? I had an idea of like a couple of people in town.
I have
that
look. What if instead we try to figure out what caused you to be born without a heart? Because I feel like that's not a normal thing that like humans do. I mean, like I'm not like a medical professional or nothing, but like maybe there's something that Garon has heard of before about people born without hearts.
Yeah. If anyone wants to make a roll, they definitely can about like just magical knowledge of trying to figure that out.
sure.
Because he's basically like, yeah, I don't know, man. I was just born without a heart.
Yeah. This is just all I know.
Crazy shit happens.
Oh my God, Ava rolled an 18.
Nice. Now I will say this is a difficulty 7 roll, which would be a 21 or higher.
Fuck.
So you can't, if you want to apply effort to reduce it so that you can roll an 18 or higher, you can feel free. Garon, you've got like understanding magic and stuff like that.
Yes, I'm specialized in understanding magic.
Okay, so without applying effort, you would drop the 7 down to a 5, so it would be a 15 or higher, and then you can also apply effort if you would like to.
I will. So this would be intellect.
Yep. So
Okay.
A couple of points of intellect, and then 12 or higher is what you're trying to roll.
Okay.
And then yeah, Ava, you like,
Natural 20.
I was gonna say Ava needed higher than a 21 anyways, now that I think about it, because she also has an ability in understanding magic.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't
Got
know
it.
shit.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see, what the heck does a 20 get you here?
All the secrets of the universe.
Yeah, the secrets of the inner workings of the universe. Okay, so you're mostly trained in this side of the magical world called the green. That's kind of like the natural world and everything like that. In our first episode, we had a flashback where you were saved by this bear that was serving the green, is what it would be called. It was like a magically influenced bear in that case. So that's your world. This sort of thing is the other side of the magical coin, not the green, but the inner dark. The inner dark is the like more evil leaning creatures. In the history of this version of Appalachia, long ago, even before people existed, there was we have this mountain range that was formed when ancient beings trapped other ancient beings inside the mountains. Basically they were trapping the most evil, destructive creatures that they could into these mountains. And we're not talking like devils and demons. We're talking about like world-ending creatures that, if released, would end the universe in like as we know it, not just kill a bunch of people, but end everything. So that's the kind of magical effects that we're dealing with when we talk about the inner dark. So that's likely what happened here, is that that when Arlie Blackwell was born, either his soul was like sold maybe through a pact from his parents to a being of the inner dark, some sort of creature that was serving the inner dark. And that's basically like a mark of this otherworldly force of the inner dark. So you would see this as like a marker of hey, there someone owns him, almost like owns his soul in a way.
Oh.
Does that make sense? I rambled a little bit,
Yeah.
but
yeah, I think I just am like deep in thought and then sit back a little bit and close his journal that I've been holding.
mm-hmm.
I don't think you have to worry about the barrows taking your soul.
Nothing worse has your soul.
I mean, I'm a little worried about it, but what do you mean?
'Cause-
Something else already has claim to it.
What did you do to piss off your parents, bruh?
I mean, I never really knew my parents. They
Yeah, they
died in a.
sold your soul before you were born, huh?
You didn't know your parents? What?
Well, they died in a fire when I was a baby.
That's not suspicious at all.
Died in a fire. That's what Ava's doing in the background. Is just died in a fire.
But again, I don't know what that has to do with it. I mean, they didn't. I mean, well, let's see. I was born without a heart, so
yeah.
maybe that does have to do with my parents. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's even a more reason for me to find a heart, because if you're saying that my soul is like sold to some being, I need to get a heart so that I can be whole again, and then my soul won't belong to that being anymore. So if you just want to like let me go, I'll go figure that out, and then we'll be okay.
Isn't just going to break a pact.
No, you gotta find the entity in which the pact is made with and then kill them.
Strange dreams.
Ah.
Or do you ever feel like there's another voice talking to you?
I mean, I've never had a dream. I don't know if that has.
You've never had a dream ever?
Yeah, I've heard about them. I don't know. I just like go unconscious and then I wake up a few hours later.
That's so sus.
Like, but you know, I have the normal like inner voice telling me to kill, and that sort of thing. But I don't know.
That's not. Look, sir.
No.
As much as I love knives, I still don't hear no voices telling me to kill. All right. There'd be a lot more dead people if I did.
That's just my inner voice, like that's leading me to find the heart.
That's not an intrusive thought. That's something else.
Ava, did you, when the two of you were fighting, was there any strange behavior, or was it like two voices coming out of him? Did his appearance change?
Oh yeah, I did notice that his eyes, they turned a little red. I thought maybe I hit some sort of ocular eye vessel something when I tried to knock him on the back of the head. But now that I think about it, his eyes might have just been turning red because of the evil stuff that's got his soul.
The red eyes are definitely not normal.
As you guys are like having this quick little side conversation, I need a roll. Who's the one that Ava? You were the one that did the tying up, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
So he's gonna try and break free again. So you're basically gonna roll to see how well you tied and see if he can break it with his normal level. So he's a level 4 when he's trying to break out of these. So we'll need a speed task, difficulty of 4, 12 or higher for how well you tie these.
Oh, it's a speed task, but it's
Yeah.
not speed defense. Okay, so
Yeah, regular speed test. There's like a sleight of hand, like
I don't have
sort of
anything for that. So
okay, you can always apply effort if you want to. Take a couple of points of
I
speed.
rolled an 18, so
Oh, okay, so you're fine. Fantastic. You see him, like, you guys like turn away to have like this little quick side conversation, and you just hear like behind you, And he turned around and he's like trying to kick
Hey,
free of the
love,
binding.
I told you I was good with ropes.
What?
You never listen to me.
Fine. Yeah, and he just like goes back to sitting solemnly. Anyway.
So, how did you feel when you were fighting me and I cut you the first time? That's when your eyes turned red.
Oh, I mean, it hurt, but I just...
Did you feel extra angry? Because you looked extra angry.
I mean, everyone gets angry, right?
I mean, yeah, I get angry all the time, but I don't...
Yeah.
My eyes also don't
what
turn
your
red.
level of anger is.
Yeah, like I get like a normal person anger level. Maybe like a normal traumatized person anger
Yeah,
level.
he's like, I mean, I don't really get angry when I'm fighting. It's more that I just kind of like let go and let my instincts take over, you know?
Oh, that's not your instincts, but you did stay pretty civilized. I'm interested in that.
Well, I'm just very well trained, or so my teacher told me.
Sames.
Yeah.
Who's your teacher? Who's your teacher? Me making the GM making up a name. Oops.
Roger McFadden.
Yes.
Go ahead and just roll a d20 for me. Let me know what you get, Ava.
6.
Fantastic. You've never heard of them.
Is that the name of any demons
So,
that you know of, Karen? Roger.
If your parents died when you were a baby, who raised you?
Oh, I was raised by my aunt and uncle. They took over. And their estate wasn't as large as my parents, but that's okay. I don't hold it against them.
Like you hold it against them a little.
So, how did you come to know the Barrows?
I mean, I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but they approached me to start working for them. I think I saw them or met them at some, rich people gathering, those. And they,
No, not really.
after talking to me for a little bit.
Don't know nothing about no rich person gatherings.
But he says, I'm not, I can't talk about it. They might find out that I'm revealing secrets.
I mean, we're not like personal friends with the Barrows or anything. And I don't really know anybody that knows them or anything like that. Don't worry about that.
They have ears everywhere. You see, he's been like kind of
quit
talking.
your job. It's not like you need the money, do ya?
So before he answers that, he's been like kind of talking with this like kind of arrogance lately, where he's like, I've got everything figured out. But then as soon as you start like pressing him more on the Barrow family, he's like shutting down and is starting to like kind of get a little bit more afraid for what's happening. The more that you guys are kind of digging into this, he's like, I seriously, I can't talk about it.
You know, how long have you been working for them?
Again, I can't. Go ahead and make like a persuasion or intimidation check or something for me. Difficulty 4 again, so 12 or higher. Nope.
3.
Okay.
Ava's good at talking.
He's like, please stop asking me. I don't want to. They're gonna turn me into a hollow man or kill me, or I don't know.
Think they can turn you into a hollow man. Something bigger and badder has your soul. I'd worry more about that than the Barrows.
I think. Where did you get the idea that getting yourself a heart would protect you? Was that something that just came to you one day, or did someone tell you?
Good question. Hang on. GM thinking. Yeah, Yeah, he says, I mean, I like, I always knew that I had this thing where I didn't have a heartbeat, and I think it just logically came to me that, you know, I could take the hearts of other people, and that would work. And, you know,
I think
1 + 1 = 2.
Oh,
Did you fail math class?
I think whatever has your soul using you to make sacrifices.
Yeah. Sounds right.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm good.
I mean, if you want to live in a world of delusions, I really can't stop you. You're probably going to do that in prison, though.
get him
Hopefully you
back.
don't end up at that one prison. That will be unfortunate for you.
We should get him back to town.
Yeah, probably tit him in.
I'd prefer if you didn't, but
I don't think that you're in charge
We-
right now, sweetheart.
he
don't
tries to
have-
break free again. Dang it.
I told you I was
We-
good with ropes. I have skills.
If you want to make a deal, we won't turn you in,
Oof.
but you have to come with us. And you're going to find a way to break this pact over your soul.
Oh my god.
How would you feel about funding a little circus troupe?
Abe was like, wait a fucking minute, you genius.
He said,
Would you like to be Bertram and/or Barnaby?
Oh, yeah, we could probably get you a new identity.
I like the sound. Could I be in charge of branding? We gotta
Sure. Why
figure
not? You might
I'm
actually
thinking,
you might have to fight Ruby for that, but whatever.
I'm thinking
can have a
Blackwell's Boisterous Circus.
You can. We'll take back to the table. You can have
Okay.
a say in the branding.
All right.
tell you what,
I'm gonna go back and find his hand, and then we can just say that he probably died. I'll put some of these fancy rings that he had that are not in my pocket for any. Anyways, I'll go find the and we'll say that we found his body dead.
Yeah, he's like, okay, yeah, faking my own death. That works. I just can't
We'll
let the
fake
Barrow
your
family
death,
know.
then the barrows won't come back for you.
They might still know. They have voices everywhere, but
We'll find.
I
a
guess
new
it's better than
identity.
going to jail as well. Okay,
I mean, they're
let's try it.
definitely gonna find you in prison, so you're
can't-
better off not in prison.
You can't run if you're locked up.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's hard
Okay.
to unlock things too when you only got one hand now.
I mean, I guess I don't have much choice, so let's go with it for now, I suppose.
Yes. All right. Ava just runs out to where she threw his hand to, and then like puts some dirt on it and makes it look like it got like tore up by wild animals or something. She just
Okay.
uses her dagger to kind of. It's kind of a little brutal. She's probably not going to do it around Avery because I'm sure he doesn't need to watch her brutalize his hand more than it's already been brutalized.
Garon would just help get Avery to his feet and probably get him off to a waiting point where, like, once you're done setting up the fake death scene, you can meet us.
Yeah, Ava's gonna also clean up the little camping spot that he had because, I mean, unless we feel like that, I don't think we should leave the hearts and stuff here. We should probably burn them.
If we're not turning him in, we don't need the evidence.
Right, I'm just saying, like,
so yeah,
we're not-
burning him would probably be a good idea, so no more deer eat them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't need the creepy Diaz continuing to haunt here, and also, yeah, pack up his stuff and put it in the carousel with the horses. What we're gonna do with him? We should probably leave town now. I know we were gonna have a show tonight, but it's probably time to go.
We could probably do one last show before leaving.
Maybe
need
we
to-
should get him some different clothes. maybe a different hairstyle. She just kind of musses up his hair.
Thinking this is totally a legit disguise, Garon takes off his hat and puts it on Avery's head.
Perfect. He's like, ugh,
Ava just
tacky, but I'll take it. Okay, so I was so sorry. I was thinking through a couple of things while you guys were just discussing. So what are your next steps? What are your plans from Avery? You guys, getting Avery up. Are you leaving him tied up?
what are
I'd say yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can't really walk into town with him tied up. I'll
But
just
might as well keep him tied up until we get to the city limits.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what we'll do.
Especially
then-
if you're going off to make a fake death scene, don't leave me alone with an untied guy who tried
No,
to cut out
you
my
should be the one that goes and turns into death scene. I'll guard him. That's what I think.
Okay.
Maybe we should get Ruby for this. She's really good at talking to people and making up weird stories that people believe.
The three of us can get back to the edge of town, and then I could probably go get Ruby, bring her out, and then we can discuss what to do. Before actually,
Should we go to Denny Snow's house and hang out there until?
That is so far away.
All right. Well,
Especially if we do
should we
decide
sneak
that
him
we-
into the inn? I don't know what else
That's
to do.
what I'm saying. Bring him to the basically edge of the tree line around the city.
Mm-hmm.
One of us waits with Arlie there.
Ava
The other
will-
person goes to get Ruby, and then we can bring Ruby back, or just get her caught up and everything, bring her back, and then figure out if we want to have him lay low at the inn and we can do our show tonight, or if we just want to pack our bags and get the hell out of Dodge.
All right. I think that's a good idea. We also need probably some new clothes, a whole new wardrobe for this guy.
Yes.
So
That's why we should at least get Ruby up to speed on what's happening.
All right.
we're gonna have to assign tasks. Yeah, we got a lot to do before the show tonight.
So, yes, but before we head back, I can set up the fake death scene, burn the hearts,
Mhm.
and pack up the camping supplies. Avery's
Perfect.
camping supplies.
Cool. So, so Ava and Avery are going to start walking
Mhm.
in that direction. Garon's going to stay behind and catch up with you guys to set up the crime scene.
Mhm.
And then just to kind of set the scene, it's been a few hours. It was the sun is now setting. You have a bit of orange left in the sky, but as far as light in these woods, it's quite dark. So you're having to get out your flashlights and keep lit in that way. Ava, are you keeping Avery tied up through the woods walk?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So
She
you guys
just doesn't trust that he's gonna run off into the woods or something. I don't know.
yeah.
She's slightly delusional, so she's a little worried about him.
Mhm. Cool.
Slightly.
So you guys
delusional.
start walking. Garon, you're back at the setting up the crime scene. Let me grab a quick check from you for setting that up.
boy.
It's like an intellect check.
At least it's intellect.
We'll do difficulty 3, so 9 or higher. You can apply effort if you'd like to, or any other stuff you have. And actually, while you're looking at that, I'm so sorry. I have to use the bathroom, so I'm going to do it. I was trying to wait until the end of the app, but I'm
Okay.
going to do that real quick.
You're fine.
Okay.
This is gonna be a great reunion, guys.
Ruby's gonna be like, "You did what the fuck?
But also, I also have a fugitive. We're gonna have fun.
We have 2 fugitives. Yay!
We're fugitives. We have refugee fugitives. We're gonna need a guy
Oh,
for new identities.
hey, I rolled a 19.
Nice.
Maybe we could give Denny Snow's dad this guy's identity. This guy, Denny Snow's dad's identity. We already got his papers.
I mean, he's been legally confirmed dead.
Mhm.
Maybe there was a long lost brother,
Maybe
Denny Snow.
clones. No.
Okay, back. Great. Did we roll?
Yes, I rolled a 19.
19. Great, fantastic. Okay, so you got a pretty convincing death scene set up. You make sure to like put the hand near where all the rest of this guy's blood was from when he got his hand chopped off. You put it in a convincing position. You even smear some of the blood to look like you dragged his body away, sort of thing, and that's why there's no body, etc. You get a good convincing setup here. While you're doing that, Ava and Avery are walking away, and you get a little bit into the woods. He's like, you know, I appreciate you guys not killing me outright, but I am still worried about the Blackwells. Like I said, they have ears everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. We're faking your death. They won't even suspect nothing.
Okay, I mean, if you want to. And you're walking along. It's very dark, just the light of your flashlight, and you see him stop abruptly, and he's looking straight ahead into the woods. You see him do this. You look into the woods. You're looking around with your flashlight. You don't see anything, but he sees something, and you hear him just start shouting, "Wait! I didn't mean it. I'll stay. Don't worry about it." And as he like starts pleading, and you see him like drop to his knees and start pleading to something, and you see his vision was looking forward, and it starts looking up, and he gets picked up by something. His body moves up into the air and gets slammed into a tree. You hear the wind get knocked out of him. He was pleading and speaking that entire time, screaming, as his body is against the tree, gets turned upside down. His arms and legs are spread out as he screams and says, "Please, please don't." You see a slice goes across his stomach. His intestines begin spilling out as he's screaming, and the scream gets cut short as a slice goes across his neck. Blood pouring out. He's upside down onto the ground before his body drops to the floor, and silence. And Ava, you're just standing there. You just saw this. Some invisible presence just eviscerated Avery
Ava
Blackwell in front of you.
looks shocked for a second and then runs full speed the fuck away from there. She's like, fuck that. Fuck that noise.
What direction are you heading?
Whatever way she thinks Garen is, because she's
Perfect.
not leaving Garen in the woods with whatever the fuck that was. And she's not into the magic shit. She doesn't know what's happening. It was an invisible force. She's like, oh, hell no.
You turn around, you start sprinting back. As you first start running, you slip on a pile of blood on the ground of Avery's blood and get back in step and start sprinting after Garen. Garen, you finish up the crime scene. You're pretty happy with your work. You walk out of the cave and you see Ava sprinting at you.
Time to go. Just grabs Garen by the arm and like just starts fucking just booking it toward it's time to go.
I'm just imagining a very cartoonish, like you have his hand and are running and my legs are just like flailing behind me.
Yeah.
We're going.
She grabs his arm and like puts him on her back and just starts sprinting with him like
There's
Avery said some sort of invisible entity just picked him up out of nowhere and just fucking banged him up against a tree, cut open his insides, the intestines went everywhere, then cut his throat, and I didn't see him, and I just started running. It was in the woods. I don't think we have to worry about a body because there's a fucking body now.
Show me. Can you show me?
I don't want to go back there. What if it was the lock people?
I mean, if it... Did it seem like anything was chasing you?
Did it seem like anything was chasing me?
I mean, in reality, no. Ava probably had
She
felt
believes.
like maybe, but she like because you were sprinting like something was chasing you. But I think you think back and you're like, you didn't hear anything behind you. If you looked behind just to double check, you didn't see any movement.
Okay, I don't know.
There weren't any signs of it, but
All right. Oh fuck. Okay. Well. All right.
It would. I mean, it would be
Fine.
helpful if we could get some idea of what it was.
You sure? I don't want to fight something I can't see, man. Can't you do like a magic thing on the blood that's all over my boots or something to see what it was? I don't know how that works.
I mean, if it's Avery's blood that was on your boots, then that probably
it is Avery's blood.
Anything.
I slipped on his intestines or whatever.
If I give us an idea of what we're dealing with, if there wasn't any signs of it chasing you, I don't think it would pursue us, even if we did go back.
All right. Fine, I'll show you.
all right. You guys head on into the woods, back to the scene. There's blood everywhere. The body of Avery is now slumped on the ground, unceremoniously dropped from its perch on the tree. The head is like crooked to the side as if the neck is broken. Garon, you see the slash across the stomach where the intestines are still spilled out, the cut across the throat with blood that leaked upwards past his face as if his body had been upside down, which it was. You also see like a burn mark under his or on his shirt around the area where his heart would be. You just see like burnt clothing almost.
I want to get a closer look at that.
Okay. Yeah, you look closer, you see that almost a hole has been burned within it. You rip it open a bit more to see his flesh underneath. And you see a symbol almost branded at that spot. Still like almost like a fresh cauterized wound in that area as a brand. Hang on. The image itself is like an artist rendition of like an eye, where it's the oval with the points. You see lines for the eyelashes, and then the eyeball itself is where the pupil would be, essentially, is this 7-pointed star.
This anything I've seen before?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's grab a roll for that. This would be a difficulty 8. So 24 or higher. You're specialized in like this sort of realm of things. So we'll drop that down to a 6, which would be an 18 or higher roll. And then you can always apply effort if you'd like to from your intellect pool. That's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. So, be 15 or higher? Yes.
Mhm.
That's a 5.
That's 5. Okay. Yeah. You have not seen this symbol before.
I will make a quick sketch of what it looks like in my notebook.
Okay.
And Ava's probably going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? I would like to, because I have a hunting knife, pull out my knife and cut open his chest and just see if there's actually a heart in there.
Oh, oh.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. And you find a like hollow section of body right in that chest where the heart would be. You would expect an organ to be there, and there's not.
Okay.
So he was indeed correct that there was just a piece of him missing. And yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to ask if I could potentially figure out what might have done this or get like a read on the environment.
Yeah, let's grab another roll, I think. Let me think real quick. Yeah, let's do, so this is just more of a general understanding magic roll. Difficulty 6, so 18 or higher. We'll drop it down a couple of steps because of your abilities to a 4, so 12 or higher.
Okay.
And this is more like what's the magic behind this rather than who's behind it.
That is exactly a 12.
Nice. Exactly good enough then. This, from the description that you got from Ava, this seems like a summoned assassin almost. You know, it's like what had just happened previously before this happened was Avery was you guys were asking him questions about the Barrow family. He was saying, I don't want to talk about the Barrow family. And then you guys get out. Ava and him were talking about where he was like, they've got eyes and ears everywhere. And you guys were talking about him like escaping the Barrow family. And then from there, his gibberish screams of help were pleading that to some entity that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. And then he died. This sort of thing seems like it was like a summoned creature or summoned assassin, some sort of otherworldly being used to take someone out.
Okay.
You've heard of that sort of thing before. It's very powerful, high level magic. This is the sort of thing that that most people cannot do. Servants of the Green could not do this. This is also likely something Inner Dark related.
Okay. After taking all of that in, I'll just get up from where I'm crouched in front of Avery's body and turn to Avens. Let's head back.
All right.
You know,
guys...
I don't even want to know what you found out. I don't even want to know. Some things I just don't need to know. Just laughs maniacally, like, oh God.
Well, if it's any consolation, whatever killed Blackwell, he was likely the only target, so we should be safe for the time being.
All right, so you guys head back off, heading back to the hotel, I'm assuming, to meet up with Ruby. You get in, you go upstairs, open the door to find Ruby, and on one of the beds, snoring loudly, is Denny Snow. However you guys would like that. Ruby, you see them come in with just like
Ava's got
dead stares.
Well, not just that, but like blood spray splatters all over
I
them.
feel like
Garon's
Yeah,
shirt
there's
is
a hole in
tattered.
his
There's
shirt.
stitches.
I feel like Ruby
we look like we went
like
to war.
bolts out of the room as they open the door and is like hisses like in a whisper, "What the hell happened?"
Things got a little gory, if you know what I mean.
No.
I need a bath. Ava just starts like, I don't know if they have like a little like washroom, like where the bathroom is, but like she just starts towards there to get all the blood off her face and hair, like so she can presentably go downstairs and purchase a bath.
Got it. Yeah, clean up just enough so that you can
Just
get it out.
enough, put a little cloak or something over. just
Just make it look like dirt.
yeah, she's just so it doesn't look like she just murdered the shit out of somebody, because I mean she was like there when Avery got like whatever slipped in his blood, so I'm sure it's all over her, like her boots, and when the hand came off, like I'm sure there was a spray that hit, so she's
Oh, yeah.
like
You,
all
you've
that
got
off.
you've got a lot of other people's blood on you. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So you start working on that. Garon, do you fill in Ruby on everything that happened? Do you hold back anything? What do you think you're doing?
I don't think he would. Even talking about how he was stabbed in the chest and Avery was trying to take his heart, he's still very clinical about it and being like, I'm fine. I stitched myself up. It's totally okay. Whatever killed him isn't probably pursuing us right now.
Probably.
I would probably put a lot of emphasis like, oh my God, I almost got us a financial backer for the circus. Like, aren't you
Good.
proud of me? I actually like talked to someone and convinced them to do this.
I feel like
and then
there
he
is
died.
a bit of like time where like Ruby is going like it's just the concern and the anger at this whole situation while she hasn't been there has been escalating. But like she's also like, she does give Garon a pat on the back because he did attempt to like make us financially secure.
Midst of a gore bath.
An attempt was made, yes.
Yeah.
No.
Now she does say, like, too bad you burned the heart. We could have arranged it so we could at least get the deal on the serial killer at the very least. But in light of current events, it's possible we could still spin that. How quickly do we need to get out of town?
I don't think whatever killed Blackwell is going to actively pursue us tonight. It is possible that whoever sent it, like the Barrows, will have an idea of Ava and I. So we might just be on our guard forward.
Hey, Darren. Question for you.
Shoot.
Can you read me the description of my Farsight cipher again?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I might have something that can help. At least give us a premise of what's going on. I just don't know if I have to. Is it a location I have to know?
Right. Where is it? Yeah, what was the name of it? Farsight?
Yeah, it's just Farsight, from
Got
what
it.
I remember. That's what I have written down anyway.
Yeah. Think of a location you've been to.
Oh,
You can
I
see that location as it appears
Yeah.
right now.
Never mind.
All right, gotcha. I see what you were thinking.
I was thinking possibly using it as a scry to if I knew an individual or something. But
Yeah, if you want to see
yeah, I was
someone
like,
else.
see if I can get a beat on what they're thinking. So for the moment, then, at least in that respect, we can stay in a holding pattern. However, I also collected a fugitive, and I'm guessing the town is not terribly happy that we got him, or that I got him off on suspicion of doubt and other worldly or other beings interfering. He's safe for the evening. It cost me $5. He's safe. I'm keeping a tally of what he owes us from his own money. But I'm guessing he's not going to be one that can stay here for very long.
As Ava comes back in, she goes, here. And she passes $16 to Ruby along with the jewelry from Blackwell. And then she points to the cane. She says, I'm keeping this one, though.
Go for it. We might want to change some of the outer appearance so it doesn't look quite as distinctive.
Yeah. We could probably do something with the handle here.
Yeah, scuff it a little bit, that kind of thing.
Well, we could probably maybe in a different town pay them to make a different handle for it, or when we make it big. We almost made it big there for a second, but good job, Garon. You did good trying to find us an investor. I guess I did bad in letting him die. All right.
To be fair, I don't think there was much you could have done.
I've never fought something invisible, and it sure scared the shit out of me, so.
It's possible that talking about it, escaping the barrows out in the open was the trigger. But there's no, I can't confirm that at this moment.
Do you know what type of creature this summon was?
Not the specifics. I just know that it was an assassin. Definitely tied to the inner dark.
Lovely.
Now that I think about it, considering the barrows are into mining, it makes sense.
They dug too deep and too brutally. Who knows what they found in the darkness?
I'd wager that they connected with something before they even started digging.
Possibly, yeah.
I wish we'd gotten more information on Blackwell's past. Considering his parents,
where he came from?
His parents died in a fire when he was a baby. He also didn't have a heart, so
somewhere
that was
he
that.
grew up with money.
Yeah.
So maybe we go do some digging, see if we can investigate the estate that he grew up on. Look for old traces.
Yeah.
His aunt and uncle who raised him might still be alive.
Possibly.
We have other family as well.
He could.
Money
As
talks.
whatever entity owns his soul. I don't think that one's going anywhere good now that he's dead.
Soul's
Charlie,
probably...
Did you show Ruby the symbol?
Yeah.
Is there any chance that Ruby recognizes this?
It's your dad.
I swear
to
I don't think it's related at all, but on the off chance there was something.
I'll tell you what. You can go ahead and make a roll for me. Again, it's a difficulty 8, so 24 or higher. We'll ease it just because of your background in the like occult and stuff with your with your parents and such. You don't recognize it immediately, I'll say. But so we're easing it to a 7, and then you would have to apply effort, some intellect points,
Yeah,
to drop it down to a 6, so 18 or higher.
Oh, I'm gonna need to heal up after this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Woo!
Damn. Okay. Fantastic. Let me think of what information to give you.
All of it.
All of it. All the information. Hey, if it was in that 20, I'd give you
Just lay out the
everything.
entire plot of this campaign right now.
Yeah. You know what?
Darren starts hyperventilating like I haven't figured out the entire plot of this.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna do a thing, which is, since we're getting close to 5 anyway, I want to give you a proper answer, and I won't be able to do that in this moment. And also this is a message to all GMs. It's okay to take a moment away and say, I don't have the answer for you right now, but I am gonna come back and with an actual answer, because I do want to honor that role and give you actual information that I don't have currently, but I will definitely make it. So in that case, you see the symbol, you get a spark of inspiration of, oh, I think I might know what this is. And we're going to come back next week with that knowledge and what you've learned from this information. That sound all right with you guys?
Yeah,
My apologies for being like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, I want to make sure I honor the role and that I get you the information that you need, and I just wasn't prepared to get that far.
I'm not gonna judge you for not having a preparation for me throwing you a curveball at the end of the session.
Yep. No worries, that works. Cool. All right. Well, we'll call it there then. Fun session. I had a lot of fun with that fight, and then the description of Avery
We had this
Blackwell
whole
getting
plan,
eviscerated.
and you were just like, "Yeah, no, this invisible force takes your thunder away." And Abe was like, "Wait a fucking minute, we need him."
But my buddy.
At least I
Bear-
took his pocket change first.
The Barrow family has eyes and ears everywhere, my friends. So we'll cut ourselves
Garon's
short.
probably on their hit list now.
Ava definitely is. I wonder how many times she's gonna have to change her name by the end of this campaign.
Not sure where Ruby stands on anyone's hit list beyond her family's, but who knows how many people her family's pissed off.
Enough is enough.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Sounds good, guys. Anything wrap us up there, Charlie? All good?
Thanks everyone for joining us today. Glad to be
Thank
back
you.
with this. Will be tomorrow night. We will have more Jukebox Justice, where everyone gets to start learning about a new mystery.
It's the mystery of what blue tastes like specifically.
No, it's not.
That's just an ongoing mystery at this point.
So, until we see you next time, have a wonderful week. Take a nap. Treat yourself.
Be nice to yourself.
Yeah,
Say nice words to yourself.
Yeah. Be kind to yourself. For now. Bye-bye.
Peace out. Bye.